We have a voicemail number that you can call anytime you want. That number is 219-2-DAVID-P. Here is a progressive saying, my progressive friends don't know. Why should they vote for Joe Biden? Please help me figure out an answer.
This is Lily from Kentucky. I have a lot of friends who voted for Biden in 2020, but they don't want to vote for him in 2024 because they feel his platform hasn't been progressive enough. What are some of the best policy accomplishments or arguments I can make and show them to help to convince them to vote for him again in 2024? Thank you for taking my voicemail.
Well, listen, this is a really good question. When progressives say, but why? Why would I vote for Joe Biden? What is it that we should talk about? It's actually, the difficulty is not in finding accomplishments. The difficulty is in knowing which ones will resonate with whoever you're talking to, but in no particular order. Some of the things that come to mind to me: CHIPS and Science Act. One of the things that left and right seem to agree upon is we need to do more domestic manufacturing. Among so many other great things, the CHIPS and Science Act bolsters domestic manufacturing. It's U.S.-based jobs that pay well. The Inflation Reduction Act, which does so many different things, including bolstering major green energy investment. I think progressives like that. I'm a progressive and I certainly like it. Capping prescription drug prices at $2,000 per year for seniors on Medicare. Doesn't matter, $1 million a year in medications you might need. No matter what, your out-of-pocket cap is $2,000. That's a really big deal. The infrastructure bill, the COVID vaccine rollout. Biden has done more student loan forgiveness than any president in history, requesting that cannabis be rescheduled to no longer be Schedule 1. It hasn't happened yet. It's in process. I'm hoping it does. We've been talking for a decade about one of the major first steps in doing what needs to be done with cannabis is getting it off of that Schedule 1. Having cannabis and heroin on the same list doesn't make any sense. Joe Biden has directed that to be changed. It's now going through the process. To the extent that presidents guide the economy, and they do to some degree, right? I mean, when we say gas prices, it's not up to the president. President has a little bit of an effect. Economic numbers, presidents have some effect. To the extent that presidents guide the economy, presiding over record low unemployment, sustained longer than we've seen it before this low, dramatically reduced inflation, record after record in the stock market, that is a major thing, especially if your expectation was that the economy would crater. Biden got us out of a 20-year quagmire in Afghanistan. Was it a mess? It was a mess. Would it have been a mess under Trump? Of course it would have. But we're out, and we needed to be out after 20 damn years there. The American Rescue Plan dramatically reduced child poverty, and we saw increases in child tax credits, which I think are a great thing and a progressive perspective on how we should be doing taxation. Gave Medicare the power to negotiate drug prices. We saw insulin capped at $35 a month. 10 of the most used drugs for Medicare recipients are now being negotiated as big pharma companies were forced to come to the table and negotiate those prices. And what's difficult is there is so much that Joe Biden has done. And think for a second what Republicans have offered during this time. Obstruction, hesitation to get rid of George DeSantis, who obviously should have been gone on day one after we found out all the things he lied about. Focusing on, quote, men and women's sports, focusing on lists of books that shouldn't be allowed in schools and taking power away from professional educators to decide what and how should things be taught and with which materials. Think of the contrast. To me, as a progressive, when I look at what Joe Biden has done over the last 3+ years, it's difficult to even have a full conversation because there are so many things. So I hope some of those accomplishments are useful. There really has been something for everyone in this administration. Is it God's gift to progressivism? It is not, at least not yet. Is it an administration that on paper has accomplished as much as any of the last 5, 6, 7 administrations? It probably is. And so if your progressive friends are unsure, have them call into the show. I'd love to talk to them. We have a tremendous bonus show for you today. Producer Pat will be joining me on the bonus show. We will talk about a Supreme Court decision which will allow the Biden administration to remove razor wire on the U.S.-Mexico border. Why does he want to do this? Why are right-wingers furious? We'll answer those questions. New York City plans to wipe out $2 billion in medical debt for about 500,000 residents. The program is an interesting one. We will discuss that. And lastly, Florida Republicans have nixed a plan to have taxpayers foot the bill for Trump's legal bills. That is a great decision. Why did this Florida Republican go in this direction rather than the other? Well, we'll tell you all about it on the bonus show. You can sign up at joinpacman.com. The coupon code is SaveDemocracy24. And I really hope to see you tonight for live election results in New Hampshire, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. I will be live on YouTube. I will be live on Twitch, and I will be live on Facebook. See you on the bonus show. See you tonight. We'll be back tomorrow.